Well, beautiful place. Really important to have a shelter available for the pediatric oncology patients and to provide food and the transport and meeting place for others to support each other. Yeah, and it looks really clean and a very warm environment, I would say. A welcome house.
Selamat pagi, siang, sore, malam Sobat Anyo sekalian. Saya Dr. Yustiawan Tiru. Pada pagi hari ini akan berbincang-bincang dengan teman saya yang jauh banget dari Belanda, beliau. Saya selalu panggil beliau dengan sebutan Dr. Judith. Hai Judith.
Hai.
Oke, kita akan bahas, karena Judith ini baru pertama kali ke rumah Anyo, dan kita akan tanyakan apa pendapatnya beliau setelah melihat berkeliling-keliling di rumah Anyo sepanjang hari ini. Okay, Judith, I just tell the Anyo's friend that this is your first time to visit Anyo's house, right?
Yes,
and I'm
correct.
sure that you already go around the house. And so, what do you think about the Anyo's house?
Well, beautiful place. Really important to have a shelter available for the pediatric oncology patients and to provide food and the transport and meeting place for others to support each other. Yeah, and it looks really clean and a very warm environment, I would say. A welcome house. Yeah.
Okay, so is there any other things that you think Anyo's house should be at for these kids? I mean.
Well, I would actually ask that question to the families that you are supporting, right? Because they know best what they need. I was already talking with Ibu Pinta that. One of the things that might get more support are things like in the palliative phase, right?
Yeah, that's
true. More like hospice or some other areas where people have to travel big time might need some more help in providing shelter houses.
Yeah.
I think the best question to ask is to the families themselves because they know best.
Ketika kami melihat rumah singgah Anyo, Anggi itu merasa nyaman dan dia bisa beradaptasi di sini. Kami merasa sangat terbantu. Jadi ketika tidak pada pengobatan atau jarak pengobatan yang satu dengan yang lain jauh, kami bisa pulang ke Karawang dan kembali ke Anyo hari Minggu. Dan ini sudah kami jalankan setahun di bulan Januari ini, kami tanggal 16 Januari, kami setahun di rumah singgah Anyo. Kami mengucapkan banyak terima kasih untuk semua pengurus rumah Anyo yang sudah meringankan beban kami. Sampai sekarang anak saya sudah bisa berjalan dan tidak perdarahan lagi, walaupun mungkin pengobatan ke depannya yang harus kami hadapi nggak tahu seperti apa. Dan di rumah Anyo juga saya melihat berbagai macam teman seperjuangan yang memberikan harapan kepada saya kalau penyakit ini ternyata bisa sembuh. Yang tadinya pemikiran saya ini tinggal menunggu hari atau tinggal menunggu saatnya. Ternyata nggak seperti itu. Ternyata ada harapan untuk anak-anak dengan penderita penyakit seperti ini.
Yeah, because since you come from Holland, so I visited Holland a couple years ago, and the thing that I know about a shelter house is the Ronald McDonald's house, right?
Yes, so we do have the Ronald McDonald's house. So that is actually a bit the same, I think, as the Rumah Anyo here. But we do have in the hospital now, so we now have one centralized hospital, only one single center hospital in the Netherlands, providing everything only for pediatric oncology patients. And one of the examples that has been established within the hospital is that they, for example, have a kitchen just like here, but then within the hospital, so that families don't need to leave their own children so long, but they can still make the food that the children really love the best, and at the same time also make it as a warm place where to meet others and to feel more support. And also like the laundry facilities that are also great here in the Anyo, those are also, for example, part of our hospital. And beside that, of course it's different because we have more facilities to support the children also via NGOs actually. And that meant that using the funds from NGOs, we were able to make a separate room next to the patient room, directly next to that, where parents can live, but be close to their patient and still have their own space. And have a balcony to the outside. And for the children, we try to make them child again by facilitating a lot of toys within the hospital and having like music available, like transport, a little transport that they also use to go to an operation room, for example. So in a way to try to move and be happy and to not always be the patient. So I think that's also the same goal as Rumah Anjo is doing now.
That's good. And as you know that Rumah Anjo or the Anjo's house now try to, what do you call it, make a quotation. If you see back here, it's 20-60 and 2030. What do you think about Anjo's campaign for this 20-60 and 2030?
Yeah, so I think what Anjo is doing great is raising awareness for pediatric oncology, not only for the general public, but also for the healthcare professionals. And since pediatric oncology is a rare disease, we need both, and the public and the healthcare professionals, to be able to reach this goal. And I hope that it motivates people working in all different fields to at least think about pediatric oncology, to raise awareness, to refer early, so that we are able to cure children.
So if I can conclude that this, to reach the 60 and 2030, I think it's not only from the health worker sectors that should be aware of, but can start also from the people itself, right? Like the awareness and everything. So it means that both the health workers and the people is the one have to do the working together.
And ideally you would like the government to make awareness campaigns that can be in a way spread so that many people in Indonesia can get access to this. So maybe that is via social media or another way, I don't know. And until that will happen, it is very nice and important that foundations like the Anjo Foundation are actually contributing to this. Because what we know is that in the Indonesian patients, there can be quite some delay due to different health beliefs, and I hope that together as healthcare professionals we can make known to all the general public that actually the BPJS exists, that you can get funding and transport via Rumah Anjo and others, that you can be treated if you are referred early and then have a chance for survival, and that also pediatric oncology exists, that it's not something else, but it can always be that you need to be aware of.
Okay, how long you already in Indonesia? You did?
1,5 tahun.
1,5 tahun. So it's not a short time, right?
No.
So 1.5 years is we can say it's a long time.
Yes,
so
I think.
okay, so from 1.5 years in Indonesia, and you go to some centers for pediatric oncology. What is your what do you call it? Comments about, or maybe how can we improve in taking care of these children, especially for the oncology patients?
Yes. So then you mean improve on the aspect of the healthcare professional, or? Yeah, because actually, if you want to improve the outcome for pediatric oncology patients, that means that the whole care should be aligned, right? From awareness and early referral to early and adequate diagnostics, early adequate treatment, adequate and timely supportive care, abandonment prevention. That all needs to be aligned. But beside that, you need your data registry and analysis of the data to know that what you're doing is the good thing, right? Or what should be maybe changed. You need education, so you need well-trained healthcare workers and sufficient healthcare workers. You need associated aligned funding from the government and support from the government in all these aspects of the care. So in a way, you also need advocacy. Yeah, and the challenge in the pediatric oncology is that everything needs to be aligned to be able to cure a child, right? But everything what we do to do that will improve the care not only for the pediatric oncology patients, but actually for all pediatric patients in Indonesia, right? So that really motivates me and you and all others to contribute to that. Yeah.
So can I said that until now, the align that you mentioned is not aligned yet?
Yeah, in a way, I think that is one of the things. So there's no formal referral system, for example.
Okay.
The drugs that you would like to give, according to the WHO essential medicines and essential diagnostics, are not yet available in all hospitals. And within the hospital, you need to work closely together, very multidisciplinary, right? You need the whole team to work together. And those are things that we can still work on further, to further improve,
Great. Yeah, I hope our listener will listen to your advice about it. So the thing that you mentioned about the align, will be improved in the future.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Judith, for coming to Anyo's house. Even it's a short time, but I'm sure you see a lot of things. And thank you for the tips and everything that you give us. Okay.
Thank you for being here, Dr. Eddie.
Yeah.
And Ibu Binta.
You're welcome. Oke, sobat Anyo sekalian, mungkin terlihat hanya sebentar, tapi saya yakin waktu yang sebentar ini, apa yang disampaikan oleh Judith sangat amat berarti sekali buat kedepannya kanker anak di Indonesia. Saya Distiawan Tehuteru, mohon pamit, sampai jumpa.